The bell's soon to ring here in our 12-round super middleweight title eliminator. Here's a guy who rings a lot of bells. And now Jake Gutierrez with the introduction of the local boy made good.
Wearing gold with black, he weighed in at 165 pounds. His professional record stands at 21 victories, only 2 defeats, 15 wins by knockout. Coming to us from Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, presenting Curtis Showtime Stevens. And opponent fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the patriotic red, white, and blue. He weighed in at 167.5 pounds. A veteran of 39 professional bouts. His record, 34 victories, 5 defeats, 22 big wins by knockout. From Yerington, Nevada, here is the current and defending WBC USNBC Super Middleweight Champion, Jesse Brinkley.
He packs them in here at the theater at the Grand Sierra, but will they get the result they have come to see? Let's look at the ring experience brought to you by Tecate Beer. Brinkley with a 14-year career, 96 more total rounds. Of course, the KO percentage and the danger in the hands of Curtis Stevens, who told us flat out when we asked him yesterday, how will this fight play out? He says it will be over in 50 seconds. 5-0. Vic Draculich, the referee.
USNBC Super Middleweight title. You received your instructions and dress me. Again, I want to caution you. Any punches below this point are going to be called low. Any punches below this point are going to be called low. With that said, I want you to obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up now. Good luck to both of you.
I'll be surprised if Brinkley can survive the first 2 rounds. I'll say that right away, and I know that puts me into a danger zone by saying that so early, but I will be. Brinkley obviously needs to use his experience, and he needs to survive early. More experience in the pros, but not in the amateurs. He only had 6 amateur fights, and Stevens, a very good amateur fight, 250 fights behind him. Brinkley was cut over his left eye in his last fight, and Brinkley has been knocked out, Joe, twice, and he's been knocked out to the body. Stevens goes to the body pretty good.
Brinkley utilizing the jab early here. There's a good left hook from Stevens.
That's what we talked about in the fight plan. We said that Brinkley had that habit of pulling back, pulling his head back from that left hook. He didn't do it quick enough. The bad news, he got caught. The good news, he's still standing.
He got caught another left hook. 2 big left hands have landed here in the opening minute from Curtis Stevens.
And so far, the fight plan, maybe Brinkley should have watched it. He's pulling back from that left hook, and so far, he hasn't pulled back quick enough or far enough.
Backs him off, creates some space with the jab. Stevens misses that time, trying to place that left hand again.
The problem for Brinkley, he's going to have to gain the respect of Stevens. He's going to have to survive defensively, box, because he's trying to do, but he's going to have to gain the respect of Stevens, slow him down a little bit. And Brinkley doesn't have that pop in his gloves to really do that.
Sometimes that's just as good a defense as anything else. Stops the guy from coming forward as freely as he wants to.
Yeah, you can't just go strictly into that defensive, mode, that prevent defense so early, because then you give Stevens nothing to worry about. He'll just walk in. You have to play defense, but a little offense, like we said. Tag Stevens a little bit on the way in. Give him something to think about. Slow him down a little bit.
Brinkley was able to score to the body. You could already see some swelling on the right side of the face of Jesse Brinkley, and just under that right eye. That's obviously a product from those two left hands that we saw early on.
They're going to have to get the end swell working in that corner. That cold piece of metal that's been kept in ice. Get that on the swelling before it gets worse, before the eye closes.
12-round fight, and already some damage to be dealt with for Jesse Brinkley. He's got a very good cut man. He has Danny Milano, an East Coast veteran who's come out here to Nevada to work the corner with Brinkley. So Milano will be relied on here right away after round number 1.
Again, defense important for Brinkley, but it's important for offense to show itself a little too, and he's doing a little bit of that. Give him credit, Brinkley, giving Stevens a little something to think about as he comes in.
Good action, good pace in our opening round of this 12-round main event.
Okay? I want that
Danny Milano gets to work.
Keep going underneath him. Keep your hands in front of you. All right? That wasn't a bad round. It looks worse than what it is. Okay? Take some luck off. Rinse that out. Rinse that out.
Well, we talked about in the fight plan, look for the left hook of Stevens and look for Brinkley to pull back a little bit. Brinkley pulls back. He does a pretty good job of riding away from that hook. Take another look here. That left hook, and that one lands, but not really flush. You could see Stevens really didn't get a chance to turn it over. He kind of cuffed with it a little bit. But you could see the opportunity for that left hook is there for Stevens.
The plan for Brinkley all along was to weather the early storms.
Some people might say the first battle of the war was won already. And it was won by Brinkley, even though I give the round to Stevens, just by surviving. As you pointed out, Stevens put himself out there. He said, I'm going to knock him out in 50 seconds. He doesn't deliver on that. And now Brinkley's thinking, hey, you underestimated me. You thought you were going to get rid of me? I'm still here. You're not that bad. And Stevens might be thinking, hey, maybe I underestimated this guy. So a war is always a matter of a collection of battles during the night. Maybe the first battle does go to Brinkley.
CompuBox punches in round number 1. Both men landed 14. So you bring up the mental side of things, Teddy, and I think that's a very key point to this fight. But in terms of the X's and O's, you had analysis in the first round that I find very intriguing, and it could be critical here at this juncture. At some point, Brinkley has to earn Stevens' respect through his own offense.
And he did a little bit of that, and he's trying to do a little bit of that right here. As you see, punching at the right distance, and then getting into a defensive posture at the right time. Not waiting for the return, not waiting for the receipt. Again, he's not, Brinkley not letting Stevens just walk in. Not going into that prevent defense too early and just surviving. He's conscious defensively, but he's conscious to pop Stevens a little bit when he has a chance. Try to pick Stevens off as he walks in.
Landed twice to the body, did Brinkley.
Stevens gives you chances to pick him off a little coming in because Stevens not using his jab to come in.
There's a right hand over the top of that jab from Stevens, but Brinkley was able to roll with it off to the right side.
We talked about maybe the first battle being won by Brinkley, that he survived the round after Stevens said he would knock him out. Maybe another battle was won before this fight